Hello and welcome to the Low Code Podcast. I'm Faraz Khan from iTrack, and we are the global specialists in OutSystems recruitment. With this podcast, our aim is to increase awareness and appreciation of OutSystems and its impact and benefits to the market, and our early adoption is giving competitive edge to businesses worldwide. During our podcast, myself and my colleague Sushil Chauhan will be speaking to IT leaders and OutSystems MVPs on how OutSystems has transformed their businesses and careers. We also hope that by speaking to MVPs on their career journeys, we can inspire developers from all over the world to learn from others who have already been on the path. So let's go. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Code Podcast. Today my guest is Olga Duarte from Lisbon, Portugal. Hello, Olga.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
That's
Thank you
good.
for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I know we've had a bit of back and forth to get your time. You're a busy lady.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that.
That's all right.
We postponed a little times. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's great to have you on. We're kind of you're an OutSystems MVP. We've said kind of you're the second female MVP that we're interviewing as well. So there's not many around. So it's kind of
Okay, that you are interviewing.
Yeah. So we've done Ola, and you're the second one. So it's good that there's I think they probably need a few more female MVPs out there.
Yeah, they will get there. They will get
there. So if we can kind of start by finding out a bit about yourself. You're from Lisbon. A bit more about yourself, and you're obviously a co-founder of ForTrevo as well.
Yeah. That's a kind of. Do you want to know kind of my journey, or
Yes.
do you want to?
Yes.
Okay, I can speak a little about myself. I'm Olga Duarte, like you said.
Yes.
I'm from Portugal. I live actually in Portugal. My family is from Portugal, and then I heard about OutSystems still in the university, like we were chatting a little about that.
A very long time ago.
A very long time ago, I'm going to say, but it's 16 to 17 years ago when I was about to graduate. We got a challenge from OutSystems itself to have a project with them. So combining with them, we had a very nice person from OutSystems guiding us and explaining what the platform was about. And we were able to, in 6 months, deliver a small CRM project, so a customer management system in more or less about 6 months. Of course, it was in college. It was not to be used in production, but we learn about all the phases of Agile and the platform, so we get to know about OutSystems. So as you can imagine, back then we were not a lot OutSystems developers. So when I left the university, I got some offers to work with partners and to work together with OutSystems, and I accept one of them. And then I start working in a lot of OutSystems projects until today, more or less until today. I'm working. And one funny thing back then is that you didn't have a lot of people around, so you got to play. You could play with a lot of roles.
Yeah, sure.
So you could be a developer, but you also could take care of the architecture. You could see it was expected from you to see the big picture of the project and to make sure that all the pieces could connect together. And it was a nice time.
So you had the opportunity to kind of get your hands dirty in a number of kind of different.
And the number, yes, because nowadays you can choose, you go to being a developer, or you can upgrade and install and do the infrastructure and the platform. Back then, if you had any problem with the platform in the server, you had to fix it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, do it yourself.
There was not a lot of people you could call and say, can you come?
Yeah, sure.
So you get a more wide view. Honestly, I like how it's done today, that we get more and more people focus in some
particular
of the parts
skill set.
Yeah. Then you get expertise in some of the parts. But it was nice to play around and to discover really what was the role that I liked the most. It was about the architecture, seeing the big picture, and taking the lead. I never had I was never afraid of taking the lead. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
It was kind of natural for me in the projects, and that's what takes me today to have my own company, that you named it ForTrevo, and it took me until today.
Yeah, sure. And when you were doing your kind of in university, when you had to do the kind of little project, prior to hearing about OutSystems, did you kind of have in your mind what were you think of any other technology or what you wanted to do?
No,
or you
in
were kind
college,
of open?
I was thinking in computer engineering degree. So you got a lot of languages, a lot of languages to choose from .NET, Java, anything. But then you heard about a platform that was really different, innovative, and to be honest, they were way ahead of his time, of their time. So we were checking, should we take the risk? Well, it's just university, right? It's just a project. So we have time. We had 6 months to do a project and a report on top of it. We had people from OutSystems, really from OutSystems, guiding us and explaining every step and anything that we would like to know. We could visit OutSystems, their offices. So it was a nice and a challenge. It was also a risk, but back then we saw it as an opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
Let's let's try something new. It's the time to risk. Like when you're young, still in university,
you can make those kind of risks.
The time that type of I don't know, challenge. Risk,
And kind of when you from your university, was there kind of others who took the same risk as you, or
no? It was only one
just
project.
You, was it?
They were just trying. It was only one project. They were just it was a tryout also from OutSystems to start talking with the universities and try to
promote
also
the
try
platform.
Exactly, because they were promoting already near customers, but then they were creating a problem that they were lacking developers. Going straight to universities, that was the best move to get people excited about it. Now they have multiple universities using them, so it's cool to see.
Well, I think now it's if you speak to anyone in Portugal, definitely who's even a graduate, they've heard of OutSystems.
Nowadays it's difficult for you to never heard about it. It's very well known, not just in Portugal, even in Europe. You see that a lot of people know what OutSystems is. Even the US now we see that is growing. So it's the risk is paying off, I think.
Yes, I was about to say that. I think your risk that long ago has led to you now having your own company, that's the kind of best outcome, isn't it?
I find myself very lucky to because this was kind of my mindset to have my own company, to do things with people that I really trust, that I really like, and do it in a way that everyone could agree and could work in the same direction. So I feel very lucky that I can do it today.
That's great. And what kind of I saw you've worked for a few companies, OutSystems companies, and what was the point where you thought, okay, I'm ready now to kind of do my own thing?
I think it was a point when you think that you are working for others, and I'm really thankful for everyone that helped me out in my career. But you think that you cannot do that much difference. You cannot take all the decisions that you want. You cannot do things the way you want to. It's not the way I think it's the best way. It's the way that I see that people can be more motivated and more productive. And we wanted to shift things around instead of just thinking about the customers. Our end goal is customers, make them grow their business and have the best value they can take from the platform. But we found that if you surround yourself with good people, expert people, and you motivate those people, then the customer will be happy, because all of the people at ForTrevo now really they are in the same direction. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They are all they know what they should do for a customer. They are very responsible, and that makes my job easier.
Yeah,
luckily.
and if they take pride in their work, it comes across as well, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the customer will be happy either way. So
of
that
course,
was the point that I noticed. I cannot do this in someone else's company.
Sure, yeah.
It's not fair. I cannot ask someone to do things the way I want to. I could ask, but I don't think they will go for
they
it.
might not listen,
They not go for it. But it was the time that I was taking the lead of a lot of projects already. I was already a freelancer.
Yes. Okay.
So before starting my own company, I did a kind of a try.
Yeah, sure.
So
try before you buy, kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, sure.
First, I did it for myself, just freelancer. Let's see if it works. Let's see if customers really value my expertise or not.
Sure.
If they buy my services, then I had so.
It gives you that confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I could not bring people that I like to work with me if I could not make a company that was there for last. You will see that I started a few companies in between, but the people that are with me, they did that journey as well.
Oh, great. That's really good.
The change of brand, the change of names. If you see, it's the same people that are 5-6 years with us.
Wow.
And come on, they are really taking this thing up. I have to be more than proud of them.
You're all on your journey, the same journey together, which is great.
Yeah, it's great. Now I'm not a freelancer. I'm not alone. I have a lot of people that see the value, and they want to bring this company also to move forward.
And talking about obviously your company, do you want to tell us a bit about what you do, your services?
So we are more focusing in OutSystems. That's our expertise. We have people with more than 10-15 years experience, and luckily they can focus on the things that they are good, like we have tech leads, architecture, all of the roles that you need, developers, and this is also our core business. We do some things around it when it's necessary for our customers, because we consider our customers our partners. So if they need any help, for example, if you are doing an OutSystems project and you need someone to do an extension, a .NET extension, some JavaScript, sometimes if we don't have the person in-house, we are going to find them the right person, so they can really have the quality stamp that we like to put in our things.
Of course.
So this is kind of, but still OutSystems is our core, and we are here to work together with them.
I saw that your offices are based in some good locations.
You always see the sea. It's kind of
I saw that. I saw that I went on your website to look at because I looked at is it the Portuguese Riviera they call it? Is it?
That's
Cascais? Your main. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
it's kind of a very nice city in Portugal, and we have two offices. We have one branch office.
One's on the island, isn't it, as well?
In an island. So from our office, you can definitely see the sea, but it's a very small island. It's difficult to find an office that you don't see.
Okay.
It's a small island, but the people over there are great. So we are building a development center. Actually, in 2017-18, we were building a development center. Now we have it. We have a development center in Azores, in Terceira. And now we have our main office in Cascais. That also is a development center, but has all the other services that we need to make.
So what made you kind of think of having an office on the island? What was, because that's obviously very unique compared, majority of people are in Lisbon or Porto
Yeah, the first thing we always like to be outside of the big cities.
Yeah, sure.
Because we want people to have the quality of life. So we also, if you go to work and you feel like this is something I want to do, I'm going to a nice office, dealing with nice people, and then you will go already motivated, and you will go already with another state of mind. What we saw is that they were doing a program. In Azores, they were doing a program. 2 years ago, they started a program to help, because they have a lot of unemployment people.
Okay.
And young people straight out of the graduating, immediately they got unemployed. Either they have to come to Porto, to Lisbon, or they stay unemployed. So they started a program to attract companies to go over there.
Oh, that's really good.
And we saw, okay, we are not this huge company, but let's try. Then we started interviewing people, and they have some academies over there that started. They explain a lot about coding. They explain a lot about OutSystems. Then we continued their training, and we found very talented people. So
wow, that's really good.
Okay, we need to open an office.
Yeah, that's really good.
So nowadays we have already 8 people there.
Wow.
So it was great to see their.
So it's benefit you and kind of the island as well, the people living there as well.
Yeah,
it
they
benefits
can stay
everybody.
there.
Yeah.
They can stay there. It's their own, so they can stay there. And by plane, it's not even 2 hours travel.
Oh wow!
So there are places that if you want to reach Lisbon with traffic, you will take more.
Yeah, longer. Yeah,
more time, longer than to go to the islands.
To go to the islands, yeah, sure.
It's not that difficult to have people, and we work a lot remote. Even before the pandemic, we were working a lot of remote. So our skill set of working remote, working from home, it was already developed.
So you didn't have no rush.
No.
Pandemic hit, you were already kind of prepared for it.
The only thing was preparing people at home.
Yeah, sure.
Have everything, the setup, all the setup at home, but not even in a rush. Just saying, please set up at your home, because this is going to take a while. Set up a place in your home where you can be very comfortable. Just tell the company what you need, and we can provide. As long as we can provide that you feel comfortable working from home and you feel productive, that's the only thing we can do for them, right?
Yeah. That's really good to hear. And obviously I think probably when you're hiring people, I think your background is probably enough of a kind of selling tool to attract talent.
I hope so. Sometimes we want more people with us. So
So when did you become an MVP?
I think it was back in 2017.
Okay.
So from my journey, a lot of times they were asking me do you want to become an MVP?
Yeah.
But I have a kind of a thing that I have to find a place where I can bring value.
Sure.
So it was a program about forums, the blogs, those kind of things. And honestly, that's not my area that I really feel
focus on.
And I can contribute. I can do a few things, but it's not something that I would do very proud. And we have a lot of wonderful MVPs that do that, and that's really the area that they like to focus. I was back in 2017. Then I organized for my company back then an event. It was not a sales event. It was more a technological event to talk about OutSystems and integration with SAP. A techie event, but also for customers, for them to understand how to take advantage of all the systems that they have in-house, but combining with OutSystems. Integrate with OutSystems and take the most value of each in any systems that they have. So in that event, I got OutSystems to work together with us. It was a co-branded event.
Okay.
And by the end of the event, the girl that was organizing the MVPs, she told me, okay, you need to become an MVP.
Yeah.
Because now we are opening, we have the user groups. I think you heard about the user groups. We have the user groups. They are very stopped. So do you want to be in charge of the user groups for OutSystems? And I was like, okay, now you find
something that you have an interest in.
I can really, I think I can really add value and be good at. And then I started organizing the Lisbon user groups together with her. Then she changed jobs, and another girl came, Vera, and we were organizing together. Then Andrea. Then with Andrea, we started organizing all the Portuguese. Because after Lisbon, we got Porto, then we got Castelo Branco, so multiple places in Portugal, then the islands, to also organizing the user groups. And it became a very nice thing. So then I saw my value together with the OutSystems team. Okay, now I can be a proud MVP because there's something I'm doing for the community. I'm helping, and now you see that around the world
there's user groups everywhere.
And you always have some MVPs organizing and in charge, but now that you see that a lot of people in the community, they're also helping. That's why they started also the champions
program.
Exactly. Now it's great to see in 2 years the community in OutSystems grow,
really growing.
Really growing.
And I think it's a good way for kind of really motivated people who are interested in those different things. I think a lot of people, a lot of like lower level developers that I speak to, for example, they say, oh, I'd love to be a champion or an MVP. Like they're things they kind of think, okay, well, I'm interested in these kind of things. And if that makes me kind of have the tag of champion, you see on LinkedIn how proud everyone is when they get the swag.
They should, because it's accomplishing something, right? You feel, a lot of people feel that they are accomplishing something, and they should because if they are in those programs, they were selected. And I can say from a huge list of people, they are selecting. So it's good that they have this kind of programs to also show other people that it's not that risk that I took back then. Just try it. Just you can watch a user group, you can talk with I don't know, now that they are online, you got more than 200 people user group. So you can see the amount of people, you can talk with them, you can ask, are you doing, is your career in OutSystems going well? What are you doing? So we get a lot of those questions. So it's great to see that they are willing to take the risk.
And I think it's a good guidance for, like you said, people asking how's the career going, and
you see
can ask a lot of advice
nowadays. You can if we can help, we are here to. For me, I always tell them that it's not a risk anymore. It's you can see, even if you are a developer, you can check the reports, you can see that OutSystems is top of the all of the reports. It's here to stay, is innovating year by year. So it's here to stay. You can really build your career. And if you are a software developer, it's not that you lose qualities, you just gain qualities.
Of course.
Having another technology that you know. So it's good to go for this kind of opportunity if it's really something that can make you happy.
And I think probably from your side must have been, even though obviously you're not one of the founders or anything, but you adopted OutSystems such a long time ago. The progress has probably made you also proud that you chose to stick with it, and where they are today. I think if you rewind 17 odd years, where you must have, people must thought you were crazy,
let's not put it that way, but a lot of people were saying, oh, why are you risking your career?
Sure.
Let's be honest, if you really know other things around it, because that was my kind of backup. I took a degree that I know how to program in other languages. I know how to lead other teams in other languages. So, but I wanted to stick with OutSystems, even when it was hard, because we had some years that was hard to find customers that saw the value, because low code didn't even exist. Right, the term didn't even exist. So sometimes customers were thinking, you are crazy. What is kind of platform that you are trying to sell us? What is this type of services? Faster? No way you can be faster than my developers. And then you have to explain, I don't want to be faster than the others. I want your developers to really learn something new and bring more value to your business. And that's easier today to sell that than some years. But I'm very glad that I stick with them.
That's really good. And in your kind of time of working with OutSystems, what do you think is kind of, they've had, obviously since you've been using it, many different enhancement, the things that they've released, but what would you say is kind of some of the key things that they released in the platform that have kind of made them become the leader that they are?
I think first the platform itself, right?
Yeah.
When you have a platform that is you're programming more or less by designing it, so it's easier, it's visual, it's more easy for you to understand what you are really doing and accomplishing. And then the platform itself, then they always kept their mind into stuff that the market was asking for. So when mobile was a thing, like everyone want to have the applications on the phones, they launch a mobile and a very easy way to do mobile apps. Now you see the reactive, and I think last year they launched, last year or still this year, I'm a little lost.
Yeah, I think
was not a year,
2020 was kind of skipped.
Skipped that year, and you see that now they are launching the blockers, the blocks that they have, the integrations, and those kind of pieces will make work for developers and for customers even easier. So I think they are always paying attention to what are the needs at the moment in terms of digitalizing your business, and they are trying to get solutions.
They're making sure they stay kind of up to date with all the
up to date. So that's a very nice thing, that they are always trying to be ahead of what is going to happen. And luckily until today they were able to, sometimes a little bit ahead, too much ahead, because no one knew what low code was, but luckily they can stay relevant. And it's nice to see now that around the world everyone is using it more and more, and they can still make the platform growing and evolving and be more innovative.
Sure.
So it's good to see.
So when did you when you started using it, obviously there wasn't, like you said, many people around. When did you kind of see that shift in Portugal, for example, where all of a sudden there was lots of people?
I have to go back and think when the low code kind of vibe started to appear. When that started appearing in Gartner reports and things like that, then you really see that people consider, now I see this is a platform with a name, with something that you see a lot of other competitors now. So when competitors start to appear, that was very good for OutSystems.
Mendex and all Power Apps and all these.
All of that things that sometimes you can co-live with them, let's be honest, but then you can compare, and then you can see that OutSystems can really bring value. So it was great for OutSystems to have competitors that customers could compare to and find, okay, if others are doing it, maybe it's not that crazy. Already a thing that can really help us. But I don't remember if it was 5-6 years ago in Portugal that you really see people switching their mind to see, no, I can work with this.
I guess it makes the customer think, okay, why is such a big company now doing a low code platform? Maybe OutSystems is speaking some sense.
Exactly. When you see big customers adopting, and luckily for OutSystems, they got big customers from the beginning. And then if a huge company is putting their core business, it's not a back office or a small page, a small website. No, they are putting their core business in this platform. So it's done. It's ready for enterprise companies. So don't be afraid. Try it, and you will see that it's done. It's not a thing that you can just configure a few things and do small applications. No, if you want to do a big and your core business, you want to have OutSystems for it, it's possible. It's possible, and it will work. It will work nicely. So, but you always go by reference. Right? If you are a customer, you're going to check other customers that are using it. Do I have enough developers in the market that I can hire to help me out? Then, because that's sometimes the gap to find people. I think that's the place where you appear.
That's where we come in to fill the gap. Yeah, exactly. And that kind of goes on well to my next question was kind of, what would kind of be your message to developers who are hesitant to learn low code OutSystems, who still have this thing about if I don't learn how to use full code?
I think my question to them is, why are they hesitant? If they found in OutSystems something that they think even non-OutSystems developers, even non-developers, even sometimes people that had that dream of working in IT, but sometimes coding in other languages is more difficult to see the end result. It's not to learn, it's to see the end result. It's to see, the finish line.
Yeah.
You really have to think ahead when you're, for example, typing code and it's typing. It's great. I still like it, but it's my background. But you see that it's more difficult for some people to see the big picture, to understand this is really for me. And with OutSystems, if they check a few courses, so I would say, go to a user group, check a few of the courses that OutSystems have online. And if you have any doubts, the community is huge nowadays. So ask the community. You're afraid. If you're afraid, everyone is afraid. I will not say that I was not afraid 70 years ago. Come on, it was starting my career, and I was really putting all of my
eggs in one basket.
Exactly. So I was thinking, okay, let's do something with this. Sometimes I see a lot of young people that are afraid, but if you don't take the risk when you're young, with no worries, with maybe no kids, no house to pay, nothing like that.
You've got time to fix your mistakes if it doesn't go right.
You have time to fix it, and you have time to try and to see what it's really your goal in life, really what you want to do. So you have to try it sometimes. You don't know immediately. I know that I knew immediately, but that's sometimes you have to try it. I try a lot of different roles to understand what was my really role, my vocation, right? The role that I found myself happy doing. So you have to try a lot of things.
Yeah, amazing. Well, I think it was great to have you on.
Thank you so much.
I think a lot of people find value listening to your podcast, mainly because
oh my god,
I think a lot of people haven't heard it, haven't just gone from graduation to OutSystems. I think a lot of people go from graduation .NET Java and then go to OutSystems. So for you to just take that risk is quite, I think even the other graduates, it'd be useful for them to hear your journey. I think
I hope so. And if they want to reach me, they know all the people that already knows me, and now the people that will listen that don't know me, they know that they can reach out. If I don't reply immediately, it's because I also have another thing. I still have some other things to do, but I'm always trying to reach out and to answer. So it's great if someone has those kind of a phrase. Even the community of OutSystems now, it's great, a great place to ask about career, about a phrase, exposing what they are thinking. So it's a nice place to go.
Amazing. Well, thank you for your time, Olga. It was great to have you.
Thank you so much.
Maybe one day, when this is all, when Portugal's back on the green list, we could catch up.
I also want to visit UK. I never been there,
if you come to the
UK,
I'm sure you'd enjoy the rain today that we're having.
But it's raining here today.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Usually when I speak to someone in Portugal, I say it's raining, and they tell me it's sunny. So it's good to hear that.
You are happy at this moment, right? You are happy of my sadness.
Yes, I'm happy.
It's raining. It's not normal at this time, but it's raining. But it's still warm. Still warm. But I still want to visit UK. And even in Portugal, it's not just for the sun. You have a lot of culture to visit. A lot of
nice things.
Great places.
I'm a big fan of the Portuguese tarts.
Oh,
I don't know. What is
the
there?
food.
The food, yeah, I like the food. Yeah,
The
food.
ones, the little ones, like
The
the round
custard, the
ones.
little custard one. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, no, pastel de nata.
Okay,
That
yeah,
one.
that's yeah. I'm a big fan of those ones.
They are going to be a little okay. You have to then work out after your.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we have great food. Just come and visit us. You are more
Yeah,
than welcome.
amazing.
And when this all passes, you can even visit us in our
Yeah,
office.
definitely,
You are more
definitely.
than welcome.
Amazing. Thanks,
Thank you so
Olga.
much for
Thank you.
having me. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the latest episode of the Low Code Podcast, hosted by iTrack, Global OutSystems Recruitment Specialist. Be sure to subscribe and see you next time.